Today I will be talking about the effect of participation trophies on our youth. At some point in our lives, we have all been involved in some kind of activity. Although our forums may vary from a football field to an art show, we all know how it feels to be involved in something. With that, we also know how it feels to succeed, and we also know, unfortunately, how it feels to fail. Failure is inevitable, and my speech today will not be about failure. It will be about how we are comforted in our times of defeat. Believe it or not, at some point in our lives, we will all be presented with an occasion where we may have children of our own. It is important to know the effects of participation trophies for you to consider how you may want to raise your children. Today I will provide you with the history of participation trophies, the different stances people hold on them, and the scientific data that supports both sides of the argument. First, let's take a look at the history. Participation trophies gained traction when an NFL football player, James Harrison, posted on Instagram a picture of 2 participation trophies with the caption saying, "I came home to find out that my boys received 2 trophies for winning, participation trophies. These trophies will be given back until they earn a real trophy." Now, who is James Harrison to make that kind of statement? Well, he is a 5-time NFL Pro Bowl player. He has won 2 Super Bowls, and he is the Pittsburgh Steelers' all-time leader in sacks. Now, this raised a lot of controversy, because in his 15 years of playing NFL football, he only won the Super Bowl twice. If his theory applied to his children and himself, he should have returned his paycheck for the other 13 years. Now, with any opinion-based study, there are extremist views, one of which being Scott Sletton, the CEO of JDS Industries, who believes that every child should be given a participation trophy in every event they are involved in order to encourage their effort and encourage them to take on the most rigorous tasks they can. Now, this may be influenced by the fact that JDS Industries produces trophies, but who am I to say that? On the opposite side of the spectrum is Jim Vance, a reporter for Washington, D.C., NBC News 4. In a 6 p.m. newscast, he declared that child abuse was the same as participation trophies. He said, "If it is a parent's job to prepare a child for the future and to prepare them for reality, then giving them participation trophies is the same as child abuse." Now, although these are extreme views, there are many other rational stances too. There are 2 main stances. The first one is positive and the second one is negative. The positive side behind the participation theory is that it keeps kids motivated. It gives them something that encourages them to keep staying involved and pushes them to take on the most rigorous tasks they can. On the other side is the negative view. The negative view, as described by Jay Coakley in the Instructions Manual for Use with Sports in Society, is best described in the power performance model, which is exclusive process which participants must meet standards to be included, which means athletes must work hard enough and be good enough to stay on the team. Now, with participation trophies, this really hurts the power performance model because it takes away an incentive for kids to want to win if everyone just receives a trophy. Now that you know both of the stances, I would like to look at the more statistical side. In a study done by Carol Dweck, Kenneth Barish looked at the results and concluded that participation trophies actually benefit the youth. In Dweck's study, he took 400 students who were in elementary school and gave them a simple IQ test. Half of them were congratulated on their intelligence, and half of them were congratulated on their work ethic. The half that was congratulated on their intelligence chose to choose a harder test. 67% of them chose to choose a harder test that preceded the first. However, only 8% of the ones who were congratulated on their talent chose the harder test, proving that when you support someone on their effort it goes a lot farther than their talents. The next study is done by Mark Lepper and Richard Nisbin. These two psychologists conducted a study called the felt marker experiment. In this experiment, there were 3 groups with age 3 to 5 kids in a nursery. The 3 groups were broken into one. They were told that they would all receive a trophy no matter what they did. The second group was not told that they would receive anything until they were done with the activity. And the third group was simply not even given a trophy or told about the trophy. It was concluded that the group that was told about the participation trophy and knew they would receive it no matter what they did not try as hard on their drawings as the rest of the students. With this, we can infer that the group 1 who knew they were going to receive something tried less, and that this is the effect that participation trophies have. Now, with this data, I hope that you can take away something from today. I hope that you take the history of the participation trophy, the different stances of the theory, and the scientific data all into consideration into your own life. I hope that you use this in the future with your kids and any extracurricular activities. However, failure is inevitable, and it is up to you to determine how you want to use this information. Thank you.